This week on Inside Boulder News. The city of Boulder is now in its second phase of reopening. Find out what city facilities and services are now available. Staff provide an update on the city's financial status. And we have your latest COVID-19 update. Welcome to Inside Boulder News, your source for all things Boulder. I'm Jocelyn Avendaño. We start off this week with your COVID-19 update. Boulder County public health officials report over 1,031 confirmed cases of COVID-19 in the county and 67 deaths. Statewide, the total number of COVID-19 cases has surpassed 28,500, while coronavirus deaths in the state stand at over 1,300. Last week, we informed you about the state's extension of the Safer at Home order until July 1st. According to the order, safer at home and in the vast great outdoors, additional businesses can open and activities can resume with abundant precautions. Here's the state's guidance on these businesses. Places of worship may now begin to reopen, though those who are at higher risk of severe illness from COVID-19 are advised to continue online options. Personal recreation such as parks, pools, gyms, and fitness facilities can also resume with precaution. Indoor facilities must limit to 25% capacity or 50 people, whichever is fewer. Indoor pools must also obtain to this rule, while outdoor pools must limit their capacity to 50%. Participants are encouraged to wear a face mask while recreating and bring hand sanitizer to clean hands when water and soap is not available. The outdoor industry is also allowed to reopen under this new guidance. It is advised to keep groups under 10 people and to continue to follow social distancing measures. More information can be found on covid19.colorado.gov. The city of Boulder has recently moved into phase 2 of reopening, which is intended to align with the state's Safer at Home guidance. No city facilities will be operating with the same in-person service levels as they were before COVID-19 closures. Current city facilities that are now open or are open on a limited basis include the Municipal Court, Flatirons Golf Course, Boulder Reservoir, sports courts, and specialty parks. Boulder's Public Library is offering carryout of hold items by appointment during limited weekly hours. The Spruce Pool is now open as well under reservation, only lap swimming. Starting the week of June 15th, the North Boulder Rec Center will have a limited open. Facilities providing virtual services during this phase are the Planning and Development Services Center, Inspection Services, Utility Billing, and Tax and Licensing. City staff whose jobs allow must continue to telework through at least August 31st. More information on the phases of reopening and city facilities currently open is available on the website seen on your screen. Many parks and recreation services and facilities are beginning to reopen, such as outdoor pools and the sports courts and specialty parks. Coming in the next few weeks, Boulder's recreation centers will start to reopen. The first to reopen on a limited basis will be the North Boulder Rec Center beginning the week of June 15th. We spoke to Brian Berry, Parks and Recreation Manager, to learn about why the reopening process isn't as easy as it seems. Boulder's recreation centers, as well as other city facilities, have been closed since mid-March due to the COVID-19 pandemic. As public health guidelines start to ease, staff have begun the reopening procedure for some of these buildings.
We are recreation professionals and not public health experts. We rely pretty heavily on guidance from the state and local health authorities, national resources like the CDC, the National Recreation and Parks Association, and of course, our citywide recovery framework to make sure that we can determine how and when we can operate safely.
When rec centers do open, however, they'll be operating a little differently than what patrons may be used to.
Patrons are going to be required to make a reservation for amenities. That might be a swim lane, that could be a treadmill or a spot in the weight room. And those reservations are time limited to make sure that there's access for as many folks in the community as we can accommodate.
Traffic flow in recreation facilities will be mainly one way, while most shared amenities such as lockers, changing areas, saunas, hot tubs, and lobbies will remain closed to limit public gathering.
Initially, amenities will be restricted to individual use, and the department expects that over time we can work to adapt offerings to maximize the utilization based around the public health guidance that we have. And the intent is to start small, see how services are being used, and then be responsive to community needs moving forward.
The first recreational facility to open will be the North Boulder Rec Center, expected for the week of June 15th, while the remaining centers are slated for later this summer. More information on Parks and Rec facility closures and reopenings can be found on the website seen on your screen. As a result of the COVID-19 pandemic and its accompanying economic impacts, the city of Boulder has had to make service changes and budget cuts. In April, the city anticipated nearly $28 million of lost revenue. Latest financial models now increase that number to more than $30 million this year due to the impact of the virus on sales tax and other revenue resources. Staff provided an update on this during the June 9th council meeting. Highlights from Tuesday night's meeting include a report on the city's sales tax for the month of April. Staff reported that sales tax went down nearly 7% in April compared to April 2019. Sales and use tax currently make up for 48% of city dollars. The city has been working diligently over the past several months to identify cost savings through adjustments to non-essential projects, programs, and services and has identified more than $18 million in non-personnel cost savings through these adjustments. Some of these include deferring capital projects such as the Alpine Blossom Hospital deconstruction and Boulder's Parks and Recreation Master Plan. A reduction to city staff has also been made. In addition to this, the city has also implemented extended city holiday closures. All city staff will have a total of 6 unpaid days in 2020. Estimated 2020 savings from staffing reductions are near $9.5 million. More information on the city's financial update can be found on the city's newsroom. Tuesday night's council meeting can be found on boulderchannel8.com. Beginning Friday, June 12th, the COVID-19 Recovery Center will move to the former Mount Calvary Lutheran Church from its current location at the East Boulder Community Center. The CRC first opened in March as an essential tool to reduce the spread of COVID-19 through Boulder's unhoused community by providing a safe place for symptomatic individuals to self-isolate while recovering from the illness. Those who appear to show symptoms of COVID-19 and who require further testing will be transported from homeless shelters to the CRC. Individuals must be screened through an existing shelter program as the CRC is not a walk-up service. Since opening on March 20th, the CRC's 18 staff from the City of Boulder and Boulder County has provided respite for more than 70 individuals with the help of 116 community volunteers donating 3,330 hours. More information on the CRC's relocation can be found on the city's newsroom. Thank you so much for joining us on this week's edition of Inside Boulder News. Stay tuned to Boulder Channel 8 for up-to-date information on coronavirus. Connect with us on Facebook and Twitter. You can also sign up to receive video updates right in your inbox. Just go to boulderchannel8.com and click on subscribe. And be sure to check out the city's online newsroom for the latest city news. We'll see you next time.